mine.
Yeah.
Lord, I saw your face last night when I looked in the skies. You were smiling. You told me it would be.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl Evie Shauna, and I have amazing guests here with me. We're going to have a candid conversation, so keep it locked, and please make sure to watch my ads if you really love me, because you're going to be supporting me and my children so that at least I can bring you more amazing content. So let my guests introduce themselves. The amazing beautiful lady from Uganda and our Kenyan guy here.
Hi guys, my name is Kana and my YouTube channel name is Kana Cool. I am from the Pearl of Africa. Thank you Eve for having me here today. And guys, continue to support our girl Eve. She is so nice, and I'm here with my friend Chacha.
Yes. Hello guys. Ishauna, thank you for hosting me on your channel.
Yeah,
Actually, I think it's my first time appearing on your channel.
that's nice.
Yeah, so guys, I'm Chacha Steve. That's my YouTube channel name and that's my real name. So guys, consider supporting Ishauna. I know you know the amazing story of her.
Yeah,
She's the lady who is
I
being
took a leap of faith.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't skip the ads. Actually, guys, those are things that they do pay her. Consider also commenting something on her YouTube videos and also drop a like, actually, guys. So I
It's
think
actually kind of cold. Are you guys not feeling cold?
Not
No?
at all.
Yesterday we had a massive rainfall.
rainfall, actually, yeah.
And it was so amazing when you're inside the blanket and you're
I
like,
know.
oh, it's raining. But
Actually, here in the village we do call it a lullaby. When it rains at night,
Yeah.
when you're asleep, actually it's like a lullaby.
uh-huh.
Yeah, so you sleep. In Kiswahili we say it for.
But now the problem is for the people whose houses have like mashimo. What is it called?
Some
They have
holes.
holes.
Yes.
So when it rains, it's a trouble for them. And you never
Yeah.
know, even in the village, people's houses, some of them, they have holes.
Yes.
Like for me growing up, there was a time we moved into a house, it had no deposit.
Yes.
So we didn't know why the owner was not asking for deposit. Hey guys, when we entered that house, I don't know, it started raining that same night. And then we were sleeping on a very thin mattress. Actually, I come from poverty.
Wow.
Yani real poverty. My mom was a teacher and my dad was also kind of a teacher, but they did not have nice jobs. There was a time my mom was being paid, imagine 3,000 Kenya shillings
What?
at end month, and she's supposed to feed us because my dad was also not stable. So we had a thin mattress. So when it was raining, like it could rain here this side, you're sleeping this side, that side also it's also raining. So we put a sufuria this side, and we also put a basin that side. And when you sleep, it was hell of a life. I hate poverty, guys. I hate poverty. If there's one thing that I hate, it's poverty.
Sorry.
Speaking
Never my
about
friend.
poverty, guys, when I tell you, I think we are, it's not the same story, but I can relate to something like that. One of the reasons I hate poverty with a passion is I was always a sick child, right? And I was sick for 20 years?
Oh,
And,
I'm sorry. What were you sick?
I had like this active asthma.
Oh, asthmatic.
Yes, and I was like so active that it produced like other complications. It was that active, you know. All in all, I remember I got an attack, and it was in the night. It started actually when you to get an asthmatic attack, you start it from like in the morning, but it will literally get to you in the night. You know, it starts in the morning and then you get it at night.
For real?
Yeah, you start feeling it coming on, yeah, you know. And it came on, and we did not have any money at home, guys. My mother was having debts, our father was not around. Everything was just so had. She had like debts, and she had like these what are they called? These groups where you have to like
Chama.
take money. Yes.
Yeah.
Even me,
Thank
my
you.
mom.
Because
They are called
she had taken
merry-go-round.
a debt. You know, I feel like all Africans are doing this, especially mothers.
Uh-huh.
They are called-
Guys,
they really love it. Actually, it's a form of saving money.
it's not
It's
not
not.
about saving. It's about getting money out there, and then you have
Imagine.
to pay it back in installments. You know.
But you,
Oh.
you don't
You
have
don't
that
have to
money.
miss. You don't have to
Hey.
miss. Let me tell you one thing. I was so sick, and I could not breathe. With asthma, you cannot breathe. I was so sick and I could not breathe, and my mother was like, "What are we?" I was like, "Mom, I'm dying. I'm dying," and she's like, "I will not have anything to do. You know, if God doesn't help us." I guess you will have to die, guys, to reach that
Imagine.
moment. Because I knew she was not even saying it just in a bad heart. Yeah? She was just saying it, and she did not have anything to do about it. You know, guys, I was dying. I reached a moment, and I could not even sit. I could not sleep. I could not stand. I was dying. And just because of poverty, just because I could not be taken to the hospital to get one injection like this can save my life. Just going to the hospital and getting an injection of like aminophyllin, because that is what we get when we have like these asthmatic attacks. One injection, it doesn't even cost 1,000 or 100 or like it doesn't. I don't even think it costs 100 Kenyan shillings. It doesn't. But we could
Poverty
not get
was
it,
bad.
guys, and it was in the dead of the night. So we had to go like to these clinics, and we could not afford it. You know, we could not afford it.
It's so bad. Imagine, like, I remember there was a time, you know, we were going through so much poverty. My mom took a loan. They were calling it Kenya Women Loan.
Yeah.
So that's Kenya Women. They gave my mom loan of 25,000. She paid my Form 3, all the school fees. But now, I didn't know what she was going through. You know, she was suffering. You know, she had to pay that 5,000 mob every month for that Kenya Women group. And she didn't have a stable job. So she used to go and borrow from people
Yeah.
and tell them, I am going to return it today in the evening. Imagine saying that. So there was one time, this lady, she came to our, she used to, when I close school like this, she comes to our home every morning. By 7 a.m. she is there. Come.
With a lot of chaos.
Yeah, you woman, I want my money. I want my money. My mom she's just quiet. And then she sits down there. She was fat and tall. She says, Nieke chai, put for me tea. And then my mom sends me to go and buy some small milk. She waits, we cook tea, she drinks it, and she complains. And she's holding my mother like this, like, give me my money, and we are there. Just imagine the trauma. It was bad.
That just-
Actually, it's like you people really have an amazing story.
Hey, it was bad. I'm
For
telling
real,
you.
like you guys, I don't
But-
know. I feel
And
like
then
we
people-
have gone
people
through
were
this all
always
the
there.
time.
Like calling her,
Yeah.
coming to our homes. We used to have cases. She had not paid this one's money. So me, when I grew up, I was like, I don't want to have debts in my life. I don't want to live in a life of poverty. I hate poverty, and I tried everything possible to kick poverty out of the door. That's why today I'm known as the brand ambassador of Soft Life, guys. Give this video a like, please.
Yeah, actually, you know, guys, let me give you one of my stories. Actually, like, with me now. You know, actually, when poverty is a funny thing and is very bad. Actually, that's what I can say. Poverty.
It respects no one.
It's unrespectful. Actually,
It
that's what I can
respects
say.
no one.
Like in my case,
Uh-huh.
actually, I grew in a family that my mom was there and my dad was there. We lived in my dad was a very hardworking guy, so he used to provide everything. You know, back in the village, you know, people are in that men are the providers. You see, that's what is believed.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, when I was in Form 2, actually still dad was there. Unfortunately, I remember it was July. My dad passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's where the now trouble emerged. You see, so after that passed, it's like our life really, it suddenly changed. You see, it suddenly changed. So he was the provider of everything. But one lucky thing that we had is that our daddy passed, yes, but he left us with a very big portion of land. You see? So I was like, mom was like, actually mom, I really salute my mom, was very intelligent.
Salute all
And
mothers.
she's a very hardworking woman. So after my dad passed, she decided to now to cultivate our land. In that I was in a school that I was traveling, it was far away from my place, but I decided to change the school from there, and I came back home to a nearby school. In that I could be footing from home to school. You see, so I had to I usually had to wake up early at maybe around let's say 4 p.m. It's a.m. or p.m. It's 4 a.m.
Wow.
in the morning, and go to in the shamba to plow with cows. You know the bulls, in that you just put the yoke on them, you go and plow with a plow. You are back plowing. So guys, I had to wake up early at 4. Used to go and plow at 4, 5, maybe 2 hours. Then after there, I could come back home and undress myself, then have a shower, go to school.
Wow.
You see, that was a very funny life that he stayed, because dad had left, no provider, so we had to plow, cultivate, and
And then go to school.
and whatever we get, it's what we used to sell and provide for us, maybe food stuff, and my mom could take us some portion of the money and pay for us school fees. And you know, we were like five siblings. You see, so my mom is she's just on her own, and she have to gather for everything. See how life really is.
It's not easy. Wow. It's not easy.
But we
You know,
managed.
yeah,
You see?
it's not easy, but God makes a way.
God makes it.
That's
Actually,
why a woman is supposed to be empowered, because she goes through a lot in life. Yeah. So I don't know.
So like the case in Kenya, people are very much land. So when you get an opportunity, actually maybe it's not paying good, but
You just take
you find a
it.
person trying to be there for a very long time, because securing another opportunity, it's a very big problem, you see. So you might be even being paying maybe less. The amount of the money you are being paid, maybe it's not with the quality of the job you are doing, but you have to be patient, you see, at that place. And you are just there because you have to get that little money. And when you just figure out the background of where you are coming from, it just subject you to be that place. You see, securing a job is a very big challenge actually.
That's why I'm encouraging people, don't work for someone if the pay you're getting is little. You can have your own dreams,
Yes.
or you can start up a business, and you don't need money to start up business. I want to encourage people to pursue their dreams, like to you can even get out of your comfort zone and pursue your dreams, which will pay you even more than the job that you are getting. Do you know something? Salary is a drug. Salary is something they give you to cut your wings to achieve your goals, because the person that you're working for, he or her is expanding, but you're remaining, yani you're getting, you have to trade in your value, your time to get money. But here I want to encourage people to have financial independence and buy that freedom, such that even when you're asleep or you're at home, like for me taking care of my children, you can still earn money.
Yes.
But you know, most people don't know that. And I know if my mom could know such a thing, she wouldn't have gone through what she went through. That's why for me I decided to change my destiny. I said I want to do something where I can work at home, raise my children, and still have enough, more than even plenty. So that's why I was saying she was not working exactly smart, but I'm thankful for her.
I would not call that not working smart.
Yes.
Why do I not call it like that? I have come to realize that our parents the privileges that we have right now is what they had in those times.
Yes.
That's
For
simple.
sure.
No matter what they had to do, you now you have privileges. You are more awake in that mind. You're like, nah, I wouldn't have done this or that. There is this situation, there is a solution, But our parents grew up in times. Even my mother. Usually, I am very close to my mother, and the one thing that she always tells me, Kana, we did not get the privileges that you guys are having.
Actually,
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment.
Yeah.
Actually,
But
They gave us what
we
they
are going
could.
to support you, and right now you have resources. Even the simplest of things, even a simple decision like this was taken in a different way than we could do it like right now, And we always talk, and I'm like, what were you thinking on that day when you did that? Couldn't you have done this or this? And she also tells you, I don't even know what I was thinking, but that is what we knew
At that time.
at that time.
For
Everybody was doing that, Every decision, be it you have decided to go to this place, be it you have decided to do this or that,
Yeah.
you
No problem.
you
He
take,
wants someone is calling him. Okay. Yeah.
Our parents did not.
You take it.
Our parents don't have the same privileges that we have, so they were not working smart, or they were not being as smart, but it is what they had, and for us it's just our we are grateful, and we should be thankful that we are more privileged, more awake, more, a person could be like, in those days they could be like educated as your mother was, but still there is a different mindset. Let me tell you one thing.
Why I said that is because I went through mental issues, because she had to work so hard, because my dad was also staying at home. It is my experience
So it
that I'm
wasn't
talking
supportive
about.
to her.
So she was so stressed out, and then when she came back, they argued.
But you
All
know
the
what?
time.
You know what? Actually, the reason your mom was working very hard, she was in a position that she understood her situations.
Yeah.
That the man is not that supportive. That's the reason she was working very hard. Yes?
Yeah, and that's why I grew up with mental issues, because my mom was not always around. When she goes in the morning, she comes back later. Sometimes she has stress. And also then arguing with my dad, like, why don't you get a job? I'll not go get a job. Go get a job. I'll not get a job. So my dad was always at home, like, if he has little to eat, he's satisfied. And then he will leave everything.
That's a challenge actually with some women. Some men are not supportive to them. It's a very big
He
challenge.
would leave all the responsibilities. I can tell you, my mom is the one who took me to school. My dad was just there, sitting at home, doing nothing. Imagine.
You as a person, when you said that you developed mental health issues and everything, like, what exactly, like, can you point at that one mental issue that is like, okay,
Everyday
this is something
arguments. Everyday
you
arguments.
argue a
No,
lot.
them. The way they argued a lot, it took a toll on me.
And how? In what way? Like, can we see it, or can we what is that one mental issue that you as you develop?
I usually have a lot of anxiety, overthinking, and sometimes I have anger issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
I usually have anger issues, overthinking a lot, but I try as much as possible. When I start overthinking, I start comforting myself maybe with the word of God. Like, I'm blessed, I'm highly favored, give all the burdens unto Him. So
Yeah.
that helps me.
Guys, before we actually continue on speaking, my dress got a damage here, so do you see?
Yeah.
You see the difference? Yeah.
So
anyway,
it comes.
yeah,
Well,
it broke. But anyways, for those of you who are asking yourself, like, is that a style? No, it's not. It broke. Now I have nothing to do about it.
People are not aware, but you did brought attention.
No, they were actually, because for me, I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, look at that,
Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about you. Why do you say you go through mental issues?
Me personally, I don't think like I just want to. The one of the reasons why I am even talking about it is because it's not acknowledged in the African society. It's really not acknowledged at all in the African society. I remember like when I would go through the sickness that was in my life, and I would get depressed. You know, so depressed. I felt like, oh my god, I should just die, you know, all those things. And when I told my family, they were like, die, die, and we shall eat rice.
Guys, do
You know, it's like a rough situation.
don't something like that. Very beautiful you are.
Chacha, leave me alone. You're married.
No.
But guys, for real.
But, okay, can I say like your mom didn't have empathy on you?
Oh, she has.
And
She has.
why was she saying that then
But
you eat rice?
now this is what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
We don't have soft upbringings. That is the truth.
That's why I was saying
We don't have soft
yeah.
upbringings.
That's why I was saying that time, if a parent does not show empathy to children, like when you're crying and then like I suppress your emotions, you know, I'm not showing empathy to you. Like let's say a kid comes and says, "Mom, this has done this and this to me," and then the kid is crying, and then you're like, "Nyamaza, shut up! What are you talking about?" And then you
Now, for me
you dismiss
personally-
that. You don't even like have empathy to
Yeah, yeah,
understand the feelings. You know
Me?
that can bring a lot of mental
of
issues.
course, and it's true. Like the one thing that I would say that I would see as something that has to at least changed in our upbringings, like at least be willing to listen, at least be willing to like take a stand, you know, because I remember like there is a moment apart from like the sickness and everything, and it was something that has been with me like at a very young age. So I had a lot of things on me. I reached a moment and I could not cry. I would not cry. It's not because of my mother or something like that, but I was like, I need to be strong, I need to be strong, I need to be strong, you know? And even if you come and you're like, this is too much, and they're like, you know? So at the end of the day, you had to be strong. I reached a moment and I could not cry at all. At all, I swear. And I remember the time I cried was some months back, I think in November. And after years of not crying, and when you don't cry or like you are walking around being like, I need to be strong, I need to be strong, when you feel like you are holding the whole world on your shoulders. You feel like that, because here they take crying or anything like that as a show of weakness.
Not that.
But
You
it's
get
not,
me?
yeah, but
not
it's
that
bad.
you
A
know,
lot of
sometimes when you
times.
cry, actually you just release
Yeah,
your
yeah,
anger
right.
Yeah,
So-
and it's good to show
So
emotions.
for me,
Yeah.
I just carried
Because
a
you
lot
get
of
relieved
things.
through that
Had
cry.
with the sickness, I was hurt, I was annoyed, I was angry. I'm like, why me? You know, things like that. And then the depression, because you're like, I can't even go and play with the other children outside. You know, all that. And yeah, it took a toll on me and everything. But at the end of the day, I remember that day I cried. It was as if I actually went to church to pray. You know, I went to church to pray, and we were praying, and I felt the grace of the Lord come on my life, and I felt like that was my moment. And I cried so much. I remember like just falling on the ground and crying so much. Not even like the pretty crying. So, guys, I am like a pretty crier, but I fell on the ground and I was like, oh my goodness, you know that.
You had an encounter with God. I can
Yes,
say that.
because the burden.
You released your
I
emotions.
felt like, okay, now this is my mom. It felt like that, you know. So at the end of the day, I would say that if a person like comes to you, I remember a friend of mine came to me, and she's this kind of person who you would never think she has a problem, you know. She sent me a message from nowhere. This person is a person I found at my sister's school, my young sister's school, yeah. And she sent me a message, and she's like, Kana, I think I'm going to kill myself. I told her, yeah, and I had actually just gone through the same thing, and I was like, I had just told my parents, and I'm like, I told my mother, and she's like, hey, if you kill yourself, you'll eat the rice and you will move on with life.
That's not nice.
And
It's
for me,
suppose, listen, when your child comes to you and tells you, Mom, I'm going to kill myself, and then you tell them, go kill yourself, we'll eat rice. That's not nice.
Yeah, a person could really do it, but
You're supposed to show empathy, even if they're seeking attention. Just be like, what's wrong? What are you up to? Like, what's you can talk to me. But African parents, hey, you tell them you're going to kill yourself, they'll tell you,
Not even that. Even if African wives actually are very much chic and they're very much funny. Like my mother, if you just tell her, my mother, that you're going to hang yourself, she's the person who is going to give you the rope. She just come with it and even hang it there. Can you hang yourself while I'm seeing? Do it.
No, like I feel like
it's not nice. It's not nice.
But
I think you should. When someone tells you, "I want to kill myself," it's a concern.
Be serious.
Someone is not even they really want to kill themselves, but they're going through mental issues. And I want to encourage people to appreciate that there is mental illness.
Yeah.
So if someone tells you that they're going through mental, Kitambo. Someone used to tell me, Aki, I'm going through depression. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is even depression?
You don't, in African society, you don't know that depression is real until you go through depression.
Yeah.
So this girl actually calls me and she texts me. She's like, I'm going to kill myself. So at first, the first reaction I would have given is the same reaction I got, when I said the same thing. But you know what, I was like, don't do it, And I thought actually she was even joking, but she was serious. But instead of going, maybe trying to joke around with her or anything like that, I was like, don't do it because you do not know what tomorrow holds for you. You will never know. If you take your life right now, you will never know the silver lining that is there tomorrow. You get me? And I'm like, you have so much in life. You have so much to look forward for, but you will not know what tomorrow holds for you. Maybe things will get better, Maybe things will light up. So if you take your life right now, you will never know what tomorrow holds.
Actually, I don't think that committing suicide is the best thing.
It's not
the solution of your
But
problems.
sometimes you can just go through a lot and you're like, I want to just die.
Actually, guys, let me tell you one thing. One thing that I learned in all this time that I was sick, and when I get my healing, you don't know what tomorrow holds. If I took my life at that moment, I would never even be here, and I would never see the glory of the Lord working in my life.
Me
You get
too,
that?
yeah.
Because if I took it, I would never see my healing because I got the healing. It's not by medicine, but the Lord
grace of
found
God.
me in that moment when I was at my weakest, and I had surrendered everything to Him. I'm like, God, it's not going to be medicine because it has refused for 20 years. Now it has to be you.
Yeah,
and I surrendered myself.
The Bible says that He's close to the brokenhearted.
Yeah. Oh, I was so broken. I was so broken.
Me too. I was so broken. You know, there was a time, things for us were not going through well. Yani, my house was locked. My car was taken by the bank. My children were not going to school. I went to stay with my in-laws, and it was bad. And when you go to stay at your in-laws, the way they treat you.
Why?
Hey.
Those people are like, you are not providing, you are just there.
No, actually it was really bad. I can't explain everything right now. But I used to work so hard. I used to go, I make soaps, I go and sell. But they were not seeing my effort. They were saying that I should stay at home and stay with the children. And yet, sometimes they want some help from that money that I'm getting. Yani, they were mixing me. I was going through mental illness. And then the sisters-in-law there, they were always trying to find mistakes for me so that they go to tell my mother-in-law so that they can gang up and talk things about me. I was going through mental illness.
The funny part of the sisters-in-law, they are very much cheeky.
They are so cheeky. Me, I would never even want to. If my house could be locked, I would never go live yani somewhere with in-laws. I'd rather go and live in a slum, for sure.
Really?
Because I was going through, that time, I even wanted to throw myself in the car and just die.
I think you just
Because
got
I was
some
so
trauma
stressed
from
out.
it.
I was so traumatized. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I met with my friend when I was crying on the road. Yeah? My children have not gone to school, this and this and that. I was just walking and I'm like, all right, just throw myself and die. But no. And then something tells me, what about your children? They're so beautiful. Like, what will become of them? So I'm like, okay, let me continue being strong.
Actually,
But I was crying on the road.
I really love that spirit that comes and try to figure out things. What if you do this?
Who will take care of my
It's a very
children?
good spirit.
So
Actually.
now they'll grow up with more trauma. So that's what like kept me going, my children and God. But
We always have to like get something that keeps us going. Me personally, one thing that kept me going, it was not anybody. Like, okay, I always thought about it and I'm like, I love my family. Family is my number one first thing, Before friends, before anything, family is one thing that I would give my life for. But I don't think a lot of people will understand that situation that you're going through unless you yourself.
Yeah.
So the one thing that always kept me going, it was God, because I feel like all the time when I would get weak, God. And my mother as well. My mother was like always beside me, being strong with me, and she would always be like, oh, hold on, hold on. And I had to hold on so much. But God is really like that one.
The pillar.
Yeah, he
The
was the
stone.
pillar, because so many times I remember I was in the house alone and I was crying because I was so sick. And I don't even usually cry, but that time I was crying because from the asthmatic, I took medicine so much that I developed these pains in my stomach, and they happened for like 2 years straight without ending. Pain in the stomach without ending. Every day and night. And one day, I got like some relief. For 2 weeks, I got like this medicine. It was herbal medicine. They said it could work. I took it. And it was so expensive. I got like some relief and I'm like, oh my God, I have healed. After 2 weeks, it came back. It came back with a vengeance, and I said, God, I saw more years to come with this pain, because I didn't have now a solution for it. And I'm like, I cannot. And I was like crying in my bed. Nobody was at home, and I started feeling this voice saying, you can end it now, end it. This is not worth it. End your life now. I swear it was like that.
That's a very bad spirit.
And I was like, I should. I had like in my house there is so much medicine that I could have ended it. Even it gave me all the ways I could end it. Just take some medicine, pills, overdose. And the kind of medicine I was taking for the asthmatic, it's one pill like this, but if you take it, you would not even be recognizable. One pill like this, you'd be shaking, your heart will be beating too much, your mind will be all over the place, unless you get used to it. So for me, I was at a point where I got used to it. But if I took like maybe, let's say, 6, one pill can do that to you. If you took 6, you would have like a heart attack from that alone.
Yeah.
So, but then I had this voice. No, I got that same friend actually who had called me, and she was telling me that she was going to kill herself. She sent me data because I didn't have data on my phone, and she sent me data, and she had sent me like a song, and this song was talking about, like, it was saying that like, don't you tell me he can do it, don't you tell me he can do it, I've seen cancer disappear, things like that, you know. And it was talking about how God's
You have a nice
oh,
voice.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
even
you should
dancing.
even sing for us before even the video ends.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
guys. I think one of those that song, and then I went on YouTube and I started listening to those songs, and then many songs came up and they are talking about I got miracles and miracles, a million little miracles, you know, things like that. And this song touched my life, and I'm like, what? God can still. So guys, as I was listening to this, I think I started feeling life coming back to me, and then I had this voice. Actually, I was like there crying, and I had taken a full week without eating because my stomach was hurting, and everything that I ate I would puke. And this pain started to calm down, and afterwards I felt a voice saying, "Go cook food and eat." Cook food and eat. I could not even get out of my bed, but I felt this voice telling me, "Go cook food and eat." And then this pain came down, and I felt some energy getting back to me. And I went and got food and I cooked it and I ate. I was like, God, this is you, God. And I started like just holding on to that. I'm like, God. And yeah, I got my healing as time went on. I just had to seek Him, and I gave Him all my issues and my troubles. But all in all, you guys, these things happen and people go through some things. Because, like how I'm looking right now, in my times of sickness, I would look the same way. I would look the you would never think that anything is wrong with me.
You have to be strong,
Never
actually. Yes.
think. I would smile the same way, but that smile was always actually fake. I would say that I had a saying that I'm smiling on the outside, but I'm bleeding on the inside, you know. And that was the truth, because I felt like I was bleeding on the inside because of the pain and like heartache and situation that I was going through. So you just don't know, even if you feel like a person is joking, if they ever tell you that, you know what, I'm going to end this, don't even be like, oh, go do it, you will eat rice and move on. No, a person could take your words as serious as you can. No, this girl called me and she's like, no, she sent me a message, she's like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm like, whatever it is, just know there is a silver lining at the end of the tunnel. Stay strong, you know. I was there for her for the longest time, and then afterwards, but I thought I had like a thought that she was joking. After some time, she called me again and she's like, you saved my life. She's like, you saved my life, because I was ready to end it. And I'm like, I thought you were joking. And she's like, I was not joking. And if you just said, if maybe like on that day you said the wrong thing, I know I would have ended it.
Yeah, you know, okay, I don't know. We haven't given him a chance to talk.
No, don't worry. You know, I'm a very good listener. And, sometimes when you are listening, you do learn a lot. You know, everybody have an amazing story. Actually, our story, it's like we do share some similarities. There are some similarities, so there is no need of me repeating the same thing. Actually, so but the only thing that we do say is that for actually mental problems are there. That's what we can say. But actually, sometimes what I can advise you, when you have some problems, it's not good to stay alone. That's what I'm going to advise you. So it's not good to stay alone. When you feel like you have a problem, sometimes just move to people, maybe a hall where people are there. Just go and have some fun. Actually, I think that's one of the form that can help you some mental issues. You see? Or you can even just find a friend, just share who you trust. Actually,
but some people, they judge you, so just find someone who does not judge you.
Yeah, someone who does. You cannot easily tell, but you just find a person. He might, even if he will judge you, but he will be there, but he will just give you an advice. That's what you usually say. And another thing, maybe what you can do, maybe you find somebody who is maybe older than you, you see, and try to share some stories with him. Actually, don't be like to be very much open to him what's happening with you, but try to share a close story, like what is happening to you, and feel and try to listen what he's talking from. That way,
a friend said a friend is going through this and this and
try
that.
to figure out like it's a friend who is going through that problem.
But something I can say, for me, I value quality over quantity. I can never be with many friends whom I cannot share something
Yeah.
that I'm going
For
through
what
with.
reason then?
I'd rather have one
Yeah.
or two that even if we don't spend time every day together,
Yes.
but at least I know this one is real.
Yes.
It's better to have quality over quantity. So because if you cannot tell at your friend what you're going through that they'll judge you, then they're not
Now,
your friends.
I would say, guys, for me, one thing I would tell you, your biggest help and friend is God.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
Me
actually-
personally, I spent a lot of time in the house, and I am not like, I don't have as many friends, you know.
Yeah.
When people get close to you, they do things to you, you know.
Yeah.
So I have like had so many bad experiences with friends.
For sure.
That actually I was like
You
I
washed
let,
your hands.
I let go of people. I am around a lot of people, but not a lot of people are my friends. Do you get me?
Yes.
Actually, one person I would say that, okay, this one I can tell like a dark secret, just because because I also know her dark secrets. So we have like this kind of thing that if you tell on me, I'm telling on you. You know, that kind of thing, and that's the only guarantee that you have, that this person will never tell what I'm going through.
Okay.
But even that, you only tell them like you're maybe like the dirty you're doing on the side, but you don't tell them that, okay, you know what, this is really what I'm going through and it's hurting me, you know, because we don't have that relationship, you know, and you just don't know how like she will handle it. But all in all, for me, where I go usually when I feel like something is on my heart, when I feel like something is weighing me down and I feel depressed, I feel like, no, this is not working out, I usually pray. Actually, yesterday, I was, after singing, actually you saw me sing, right? After singing, I went in the car and I felt this heaviness on me. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh my God, this even didn't come out well, da 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 da. And I was like, I have not prayed yet. Let me just pray. I prayed in that car as music was playing outside. And I was praying, and it was a long prayer. I felt like now in that car, God was with me, you know? It was actually a very interesting feeling because you guys were out dancing, da 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 da. I heard you, but I was praying and my mind was just off. The music was set off in my mind, and it was my moment with God. Afterwards, I felt so good.
Yeah.
I felt so good, and I was like, okay,
That's
now
nice.
we are fine. You know, guys, when you feel like something is really burdening
God is
you,
the
let me tell you one thing.
ever-present help.
Before you take it to people,
First tell God.
first tell it to God, because He gives you peace.
True.
You know, there is a song
And He
that
is an
says,
ever-present help in time of trouble.
there is a song that says, you are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all. Mm-mm-mm. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. You know, something like that. I always go with that song, yeah, because it's talking about Jesus
Guys,
being your all.
She can
all.
sing,
Guys,
please. Comment.
I don't know. I'm
Comment
such
if
a
you
church
love-
girl.
Me too. I go
I'm
to
such a
church.
church
We need a collabo.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, we can be doing Bible study together. At
Yes.
times, you can be giving me encouraging verses. I can also give you mine. As you can hear me too, I know verses.
Guys,
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know a lot of Bible, but I always say this: you don't need to know the whole Bible.
You need not exactly
Wait,
the whole Bible.
You don't need to know the whole Bible, but you can
A
know some
relationship.
things. You know,
Yeah.
Change the
these
topic, you
kinds
guys.
of words that will always be with you forever.
Yeah.
And they will strengthen you when you are weak. So,
Yeah, so but it's also good to read the Bible often because that's how God speaks to you.
Yes.
He also speaks in many different ways, but it's good to read the Bible because at least you'll learn more about God, you'll get more verses to empower yourself, and also during prayer, you can use the Bible verses to pray using those verses, and it becomes a
Before we
powerful
get into
prayer.
a Bible study, guys, that will
Actually,
be a video for next
I
time.
think I had concluded mine. It was just telling you that it's when you are going through some problems. Actually, you have to share, and you seek a way of sharing your problems to people so that you can get some advices. You know, we understand we do go through many problems and mental issues. Actually, so we are human beings. We cannot avoid that. Actually, we are in that actually. So the best way of doing it is to maybe seek advices from people, our elders, who will advise us, maybe friends, and also the most important part of it, as you have said, it's God.
It's God.
Prayers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I can say, my friends. But
Yeah.
and to add more, I think our friends, our supporters, are going to tell us more on the comment section.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
share your experience about
Experience.
depression.
Yeah.
And then I can also like give you, like, I can also pin your comments.
Yes.
Just comment something sweet or whatever you have gone through there. Let's have a conversation.
Yes.
I'll be waiting so that I can reply.
Actually, it's a lesson that we are learning. You know, we
Yeah.
are here to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We've learned that at the end of it all, God is the one
Yes.
that you can give and share your problems to, because He is an ever present help in times of trouble.
Actually.
And also, you know, the Bible says that your father and mother can leave you, but God
won't.
will never leave you, because He has written you in the palms of His hands.
Yes, actually.
Just imagine if God has written you in the palms of His hand. Can He ever leave you?
I don't think
He can never leave you.
he's
So-
there for us.
Yeah, so please, if you're going through any stress, if you're going through any depression, I also leave my number there. I've always told my subscribers and people who are watching me, if you are going through mental illness, you're depressed, you can always talk to me. I'm not a certified I'm not a certified psychiatrist, but at least I can offer just words of encouragement. If you don't know someone you can talk to, I'm here for you. You can talk to me. I'll leave my number there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Continue to support our girl here.
If Shauna.
Shauna, she is such a lovely lady, and I am actually going to support you as well, because I want to hear more. Guys, these are kinds of things that we need to talk about more in our African society, because it's not there and people avoid it like the plague. So I'm here for it, and you can also check me out on my channel, Kana Cool. KANASCOOL is my channel name, and you can get all the information or everything. I talk about a lot of things. I do traveling, so yeah.
Also, me guys, actually, I've learned a lot through our topic. So, guys, don't forget supporting Shauna. Actually, she's a very interesting lady, as you can see, and she have
By the
a
grace
story.
of God,
Yeah.
it's not my doing.
So
Yeah.
guys, continue supporting her. Don't skip the ads. Continue watching the ads. Leave a comment and also like the video.
Yeah.
Actually, guys, so I go by the name Chacha Steve. That's my YouTube channel also. Support me. I'm in the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys.
Wow, you're
Yes.
going to grow.
Actually,
Just keep
Amen.
staying in your Bohanse.
yeah.
Keep working hard, and God is going to give you the desires of your heart.
Actually, thank you.
Yeah. Kana, you
Yeah?
can grace us with a beautiful song. Just for
I feel like
few
dancing while you
seconds.
singing.
Just few seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
Lord, I saw your face last night when I looked in the skies. You were smiling. You told me it would be okay, that you will make a way in my dark times. Every time I hear your voice, and every time I feel your touch, and I know that I can face tomorrow one more time. guys, you can all face tomorrow one more time.
Wow, nice.
Well, you're such an impressive actually. You
Yeah.
have a nice voice.
Thank you, thank you.
Actually, before we finish, when did you know that you can sing?
I grew up in a church, and they had like this big choir, so a lot of children. Our mother actually was like always in church, you know. But so we would go with our mother to church. So a lot of children they are all joined the choir. They had this big choir, and we joined the choir. It was a children's choir. So that's how we learned how to sing, and it's something that goes in the bloodline, both on my mother's side and my father's side. Great musicians, like they sing, they write music. It's like that. So
Is
it
chameleon
comes
from your family?
no. It
I'm
comes just
joking.
with the, I think with the blood, yeah. My sisters sing, my brothers can sing, my mother can sing, my aunties can sing.
It's a family of singers.
Yeah.
One thing that God didn't give me is singing, because I love singing, but I don't have a voice. If I sing now, the walls are going to break. Yeah,
Don't worry.
so
It's a matter of practicing.
you go to Kakande Ministries. Oh, what's your church name?
Right now I'm going to Kingdom Faith Power Center, yeah.
Wow. Nice. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you on the
Bye-bye,
next
guys.
one.